Sigrun, here we are.
Here we are,
Here
Janet.
we are, January 2024. And it's so amazing to listen to you and talk to you. Like, what is this year going to bring? And how will the world be in 2025?
I think nobody knows. You
No,
know,
that's,
be very odd of me to say something because not even the people on the forefront of technology and trends know. They have guesses. Everyone has guesses. I think what we can really say is the world is going to change,
yes.
and, and the change is going to be very fast. We're going to feel like we're pushed into a roller coaster or a really fast train, but
Mhm.
there's nothing we can do to stop it. It's just how the computing power is so fast now that
Yeah.
it's going to be hard for us to keep up. But,
Yeah.
we have two choices really. We can try to ignore it, and then we'll end up in a cave somewhere with the other people who ignored it. And no job, no business, nothing. Or we
Yeah.
decide to be a part of this as much as we can, as we humanly can,
As we
and
humanly can. Yeah.
be a part of community that is paying attention to these things. But because individuals they can't
No.
keep up. So you have to be a part of community, and maybe that person is maybe hiring someone, has someone on their
Mm,
team, or part of
mm,
another mastermind or program where they get their information and can pull it back to you. Like you gotta be fed with information about what's happening and how to implement it in your life and
yeah.
business. And
Yeah.
there's no choice. The other
No, there's
choice
no
is hate.
choice.
Yeah.
It's the same like when the television came or internet came or social media came. It's just here. AI is just here, and we have to just live with it and make the best of it. I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about another interesting trend that I have noticed in my customer base, and I've also heard the question pop up in your Q&A that you did with you did the interviews with people. I see, and I'm so happy about it, a lot more women of my age, like I'm 57, you're 52, women of our age really building an online business, finally, really like embracing this whole internet thing and like, okay, so I can make my own money with it. And I even have two women who already retired in my groups. And I know that they're in SOMBA Kickstart as well. What do you
Yeah.
say about that? Because I'm happy about it.
Yeah. Well, of course, I'm super happy that people who maybe possibly resisted online are saying this is the future. This is and it's so much easier also than it used to be. Like when we started out, Janet, like
Yes,
wow,
it's
you had
way
to
easier. Yeah.
plugins in WordPress, and you had to almost be a programmer, almost.
Yeah.
You had to at least know some coding to fix a script, JavaScript or HTML code. You
Yeah.
had to know these things, and now that's the cool thing. One of the very positive things about AI and technology and the speed of
Mm,
software is
mm.
that there actually are tools. You don't need to know anything. And you know what I'm going to be so excited about when you actually say, hey, I have this idea, da, 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 build me a sales funnel. It's coming. It's coming.
It's
And
coming. I
so
know.
there's no reason for people of any age or with any background or those who are like non-techies. This is coming. This is
Yeah.
literally around the corner. I don't know if it's 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, that the tools are so good that you can just talk to them. Tell them what you want. I want a new
Yeah.
website. Yeah. It should look like this. And the website
And
is
it
created.
comes. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
programmers are going to lose their job.
Absolutely. And I think there's so many more things that we even can't imagine. And
No.
it's like the real, for me, the real, like, what am I willing to pay for is personal attention and people who can who can read my mind, for example, who tell me like, oh, you think of this, but it's probably better to do that. And then the software or the technical stuff is taken care of by AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's totally secondary.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm showing you the comment of Chris. I don't know if you already have seen her name. She
Yeah,
won the Remarkable.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris, I know you did. I remember you. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And she is one of these women, like retired and completely committed to building an online business. And I love that energy.
yeah,
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. What for SOMBA Kickstart, there's a lot of people, and I hear that and I see that in your Facebook group as well. Like there's a process, and you keep on saying trust the process.
yeah.
How does that internally feel? Like trusting the process. How, like what is the mindset belonging to that? What is the life attitude belonging to trust the process? Can you give us a glimpse of that?
Yeah. So, as you may have seen, if you are in our 12 Days of Masterclass Facebook group, the women who have joined SOMBA Kickstart are amazing. Highly educated, highly experienced, but from all kinds of facets of life. And they come into the program, and first there is resistance to trusting the process. There's like, I need to know what's happening next week, because they are coming from maybe a job where they need that, or have been running their own business or whatever, or maybe not. But they would like to know because they've been wired that way, that they need to know. So it takes
Yeah.
a little while in the beginning to calm this brain down and say, just focus on the tasks of the week. And then after a couple of weeks, it kicks in, and it's like, wow, I just can relax. I can just wait for my tasks. I just do that.
Yeah.
And the brain starts to calm down. I think it has like this psychological effect that you kind of like, you actually can have this, that you're just told what to do. Now, of course, when you build a business in the future, you have to put your brain on and think for yourself. But just imagine for 12, 13 weeks, it's just taken care of for you. It's like you come into a restaurant and you cannot pick what you eat. Like it's one of those restaurants where they just
Mm.
food.
Oh
You
yeah,
still have to
yeah,
eat, you still have to eat, of
yeah,
course, but just trust that, that it's good. It's going to be great.
yeah,
And you trust the
yeah.
process, and it's fantastic.
And it is kind of a secret, I think. It's I don't know if you that also has to do with the abundance mindset that you talk about. It's like living in trust, doing the right things, taking action, but trust that there will be a solution or a client or something will happen. And I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest secret of staying happy in your business.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
trusting.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Because if you're
yeah.
constantly worried, about what's next, that's just not a good life to live.
No,
It's better to
no.
trust in yourself, and if you don't trust in yourself yet, then find a mentor, a coach, a program where you get that community where people, gently push you out of your comfort zone, and slowly you build up that confidence in yourself. That's one
Yeah.
of my that's my ultimate goal. It's not really what I sell. Like if you come to the Kickstart sales
No,
page,
no, no. I know.
selling yourself
Yeah.
confidence.
No, that's not
Confidence course.
sexy enough.
It's not sexy. Nobody's going to buy
No,
that. But
no.
ultimately, that's my goal. Is that you have done all these things. You've created your first or next online course. You know who your ideal client is. You have an email list full of future buyers. You've made an upsell. You've sold spots to your next program. And you're like, wow, I could do
What?
this. And
Yeah,
then I can do so much more.
yeah. And then I can do so much more. And it's by doing that builds you and gives you the self confidence to, I don't know, to raise your prices, to have more people in the group, to do a crazy adventure or do a live day or go live on Facebook. But yeah, I think we both had crazy adventures and we took risks and not everything works out. And but then again, we're still here and we just love what we do. And that's so important. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is. Yeah.
It
Can
is
you
amazing.
remember a moment in your business? I think you've talked about it at the beginning of the master classes, but can you describe it? And I have one as well. Was there a moment in your life that you did invest in a course and actually you didn't have the money?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, I I I went through all of this that many do. Like I went to this. I did an online course in 2013, and I was one of the 10%. Like I watched probably 4 modules out of 6 or 8. Uh, it was like a bonus, like what's your business idea? And I didn't figure out what my idea was. So the rest of the program didn't help me build the business because I didn't figure out the idea. There was no support for that. There was no
Mm,
support beyond, there was calls once a week and thousands of people on the call. And I just like, oh, okay. Uh, so I learned all the things that I don't want in my own program. um,
exactly. Exactly.
and
Yeah.
uh, But then I went into 18 months of overthinking. Da, da, da. And then finally, exactly 10 years ago, January 2014, I started my online business. But I didn't think of investing into a program again then, I felt like, hey, I did this course 1.5 years ago. I wasted so much time. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to be an online business coach. And I felt I was on the right track, but I didn't realize that I was doing spaghetti marketing. I was all over the place. I did a freebie. I took it away after 2 weeks. I created a free course. I didn't try to sell people anything. I offered one-on-one coaching, no coaching packages, like basically every mistake in the book. And then after 9 months of this, I actually had an email list of 1,500 people by then with all my stuff working like crazy, but not much sales to show for it. And then
Mm,
I was like, okay, I need help. And I wanted to learn how to sell online. And I invested in a program with $5,000. I didn't have the $5,000. I took my credit card and I said, I'm going to get the money back. And I invested. And shortly after, I signed up my first coaching client for 6 weeks, 1,500. So I was like, oh, I'm getting a portion of the money back. But uh, in 3 months, I got $55,000 revenue. So
yeah.
11 times my investment. And I think that I would never, ever have happened if I hadn't put first this trust in myself, like, hey,
Yeah.
universe, I'm investing, so I'm willing to do the work. And I think when
Yeah.
you invest, also you are actually saying to your brain, I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to do
Mm,
what it is. And I'm
mm,
going to trust this process to make it work.
yeah. And the transformation already starts when you transfer the money. People
Yeah.
don't know that it's a
Oh,
secret
totally.
probably, but the
Starting
moment
to,
that you transfer like five, or like my first big investment was in the Netherlands was 7,000 euro.
yeah.
I did not have the money like this. I'm like, oh, it's a lot of money. But then when you transfer the money, it's like, okay, I'm all in. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do the work. Tell me what to do. I'm committed. It's a lot of money. I want to earn my money back. I think
Yeah.
my first launch was 38,000 then. So that was five and a half times the investment. So there's
Yeah.
always a return on investment if you
Yeah.
are willing to do the work and trust the process, etc. But it's a
Yeah.
big identity shift. It
It
is,
is.
yeah, it's one
It's
of the
massive.
biggest identity shifts that you can have, like investing, spending the money. And it's not like you don't throw it away. But if you invest $3,000, like what SOMBA Kickstart would be, it's
Yeah.
easier for you to create a program that you can ask 3,000 euro or dollar for. It's like
Correct.
you start to understand the magic of the game.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
also thinking of raising my prices, and I
I know
finally
you did.
understood.
Yeah,
Yeah, I finally understood when I invested in myself the magic of this. I wish I would have understood it earlier.
yeah.
Uh,
I think you
I
should
wish.
start with it. Start with an investment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Some people say no, I have to earn some money first and then I'll invest, and I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not how it works.
No,
uh,
you're wasting time. Yeah, you're wasting
yeah,
time. Yeah.
yeah. But then I wanted to. I didn't really want to sell it one-on-one, and that's the whole point of Kickstart, is to help people stop trading time for money and sell scalable
Yeah.
programs.
Yeah.
But still, sometimes we do have one-on-one on the side. You can have it a little bit as a backup or extra. And I was thinking of raising my 1 hour rate, and it went from 180 to 350 and up. And I was thinking of raising it to 750. And I was like, would I pay that? So I looked for opportunities, and there was a copywriter, one that writes for one of the biggest online entrepreneurs in the United States, and her hourly rate was 750. And I'm like, yeah, I need some help with my hooks on my website and stuff like that. So I invested, and after I invested that, I raised my price to 750 an hour, and it was a no-brainer. I just
it's a no-brainer.
I was willing to do that, and now people can pay the same for my 1 hour.
Yeah. I think that's what people have to learn. So I think you've explained a lot about what is SOMBA and what is Kickstart and what's the process. That's why I wanted to talk more about this whole identity shift and mindset thing in the 20 minutes that we have now. Like, it's so important to believe in yourself, but also back that up with money, like with the investment. It's not enough to say, yeah, I believe in myself, I trust myself, and not taking those actions. You have to take those actions. Yeah,
I have really made sure that ever since then I invest in myself, always to get to the next level. Sometimes invest in both of us. We love to invest in experiences too, and I think that's a part. We need that too, because if we just work and all our investments go back to the business into some serious stuff, our brain will at some point say, why am I doing this?
No, so we need fun stuff as well. Yeah,
we need fun stuff. Money needs purpose, and I think it's important when you set yourself a goal, and everybody needs a goal for 2024. What's your revenue goal? How many spots are you going to sell? And then what are you going to do with the money? So is it dream vacation? Is it paying down the mortgage or whatever? Money needs purpose, because money itself is very, we used to have actual money. Like in Iceland, we don't have any. Like, it's all just transfers. So it's very intangible. And I need to feel it. Like, am I going to buy a sofa, or what is it? What's going to happen when that's actually goal is achieved?
Yeah. And it's also in small things. Like, I love to play golf now, and I know you play golf as well. I bought last Sunday, I bought a new putter. That's one of the, for people who don't play, it's one of the clubs you use for the end to put the ball in the hole. And I used to have a putter. I bought it in, I don't know, 2018 or something. It was old. So I went to this golf shop. I'm left-handed. I'm like, I need a left-handed putter. And it was 234 euros.
Yeah.
My old me would never have bought one golf club for 234 euro. Like, what a waste of money. But it's not.
Get a whole golf set for that.
Yeah, my first golf set was actually 100 euros. It was a beginner set, like with everything. But I'm more serious now. I want to improve my game. I want to do more of the golf trips, etc. So I just need good material. I'm like, okay, if it's 200 something, and I'm left-handed, I could only choose from 3 putters. Like, there's this right-handed section, and there's the left-handed section. Okay, but that's the thing with investing. It's not only investing, like, it's not only business-wise that you learn to appreciate money, but also privately. Like, I can spend money on things that I think are important. That can be a trip or a golf club. But it's everything is with a purpose. I never waste any money. I never buy something that I'm like, I shouldn't have bought that.
Yeah.
I don't have that. No.
Yeah. No.
So I think that's really important.
Yeah.
And for Dutch people listening, if you join SOMBA Kickstart, you will also get this amazing Dutch mastermind experience with it as well, because I love to spoil my Dutchies. And if not, there's enough support also in the English language, which is good.
Yes.
And I know you have to run to your next interview. Is there a last thing you want to say to the Dutch-speaking audience? Or
we are on a doors closed tonight, so that's always like, we have people kind of, we call them fence sitters. So you have to imagine this fence, and you have these birds on the fence. So we call them fence sitters, people who kind of like, okay, they've watched one or more of the master classes, they've seen some of the interviews, they write the emails, and they're still hesitant. And it's often this kind of like, at the end of the day, it's not anymore about the program or me or you. It's really just an internal talk. And the question, can I do it? And I just want to say to anyone thinking, can I do it? Yes, you can. 3,000 women and a few men. We have 5 this year. 5 men already. Many of them have emailed first. Can I sign up as a man? I'm like, yes.
Is it allowed?
Yes. We have from any industry, any niche, any age group. And I would say, like, you're no different. You know, you are like one. There is 1 or 2 or 3 or even maybe 100 of those 3,000 women that is exactly like you. So if they could do it, you can do it. Because the last question people have on the last day when you can join a program like this is always the internal question. Can I do it?
Like, do I trust myself? Can I do it? Yeah.
And I trust you. So I'll trust you until you trust yourself. But that's the question most people will have today.
Yeah. It's like, we know people can do it. And you have the process, and I have the Dutch speaking support as well. So of course you can do it, but you have to be willing to do the work, of course. But then again, you can do it. It's absolutely true. And I'm really happy Chris is still watching. She says, I know I can't do this alone. And that's also this humble attitude. I like that, because I know I can do it alone, and you know you can't do it alone. We're always in some kind of mastermind group or whatever. Always. So I will also put the link underneath the videos where people can sign up. For the Dutch speaking community, it's a link in Dutch, and there's also a direct link for the English speaking community. And I cannot wait to see you inside SOMBA. It's going to be big, I don't know, it's an experience, it's a celebration, it's high energy, and I love that.
We start with a party tomorrow, and we have a playlist on Spotify.
It's tomorrow 10:30, I think.
No, tomorrow 5 p.m. We changed it. We moved it around. We'll send a reminder.
Okay. So tomorrow it's 5 in the afternoon. It's like party time.
Yeah. Little party. Yeah. Sometimes.
Good. Crazy hat on, and let's dance.
Let's dance.
And see you soon. And thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.